buzz as it rolled into the arena earlier tonight. The players decked out in their very best. Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony alongside, I'm Kevin Harlan at the table. And from the sidelines, it's our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Thanks very much. Well, Commissioner Adam Silver has a history lesson for those who would tell players to shut up and dribble. He says in 1963, Bill Russell was MVP, won a title, and stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial for Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. There is a through line that exists directly from Russell to our modern players. Kevin?
That's a great story, D.A. Thanks. Looking at the starting five for the Phoenix Suns. The small and power forwards are Bridges and Johnson. Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. And it's Ayton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Magic, Harris is the shooting guard. Wagner is the small forward. Cole is out there with Wendell Carter. And it's Fultz in at the one.
And the Magic have been one of the league's worst offenses in recent years. In fact, it's been over a decade since they've been average in that regard. Drafting a ready-made weapon in Paolo Banchero, they hope can help them take a step in the right direction.
Now, here's Wagner. Carter with a screen on Bridges. Shot clock at 6. It's good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
For his position, DeAndre Ayton is exceptionally well-equipped.
Yeah, are you talking about those long arms, that 7'6" wingspan? Yeah, those will help you knock away a few shots or pluck down a few rebounds out of the air. That is no question.
Young big men, though, often struggle to find consistency. But you look at Ayton's first 4 seasons, the numbers are almost identical year to year.
Now here is Harris. Coming in off a 21-point game in his last outing. And the first shot of the night for him, missing. And so it's Paul bringing it up for Phoenix. Booker. Paul finds Booker. The 18-footer is right on the mark. And for Ayton, the numbers are impressive indeed, averaging a double-double every season.
And he's got all the tools. Next steps, making more plays for others, and they've been working on his shooting range to open up the lane a bit more.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Booker, no good. Orlando, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Now, here's Fultz. Last time out, he had 13 points. And it's Wagner missing. Fultz against Paul. Bridges sets the screen for Paul. And Booker kicks to Paul. Booker against Harris. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. A moment here now to see the numbers for Cole Anthony. So for Phoenix, their last game a loss to Minnesota.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Some of it was solid shooting from their opponent, but they didn't have any teeth with their defense. Need to be more active than they were.
Ball against Fultz. Bowles setting the pick for Fultz. Now, Greg, a disappointing ending to the playoffs last season, certainly for the Phoenix Suns.
Well, came in the top seed in their conference only to make a second-round exit after a grueling Game 7. So This season might be revenge time for this group.
Now here's Paul. Not too proud of his numbers in that game against the Timberwolves, that's for sure. On the wing, Booker hits the jumper in space. Booker's got his second bucket of the night.
Throw out those analytics. When Booker is taking a 15, 20-footer, that's a great look for him and his squad.
Harris passes to Carter. Good, and Harris gets the assist.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Harris against Booker. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Johnson kicks to Booker. Back to Johnson. Paul with the three. And Bull pulls it down. The Orlando Magic coming to this one following a loss to Dallas.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Well, we'll see how they respond after that weak performance. It should tell us a lot about their character as a team.
Was shot by Paul, no good.
If he gets that look again, he should take it. You can't let one miss scare you off of a very good shot.
And it's Wagner missing. Suns trail by 3. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Bridges passes to Paul. Back to Bridges. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Chris Paul is always thinking pass first. He's so good at finding his teammates, especially when they're open.
Bull setting the pick for Wagner. And that one is off. Bridges with some nice defense.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Booker outside. To the middle. Here's Johnson.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots. And looking back to Devin Booker in that 2015 draft, this guy went 13th overall.
What a steal. Plus, Book was the 4th guy taken from his own college. I think that put a giant chip on his shoulder, fueled Devin to the all-star he is today. Now, he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Pass to Fultz. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
And Fultz isn't bashful inside. He feels at ease shooting in the paint.
The drive by Booker. Ball outside. From 10 feet out. That one off the back iron and out. Orlando leading. Harris inside the line. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Bridges dishes to Johnson. Basket good.
Guy's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Now here's Fultz. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game.
And the energy of Fultz, impressive. Has an ability to nail.
Both teams changing it up here. He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line. And that one falls from Saric. Now Suggs. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Carter with a screen on Booker. And it's Suggs missing. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Magic lead by 2. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center.
And your Magic Houston team.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, for the Magic, what jumps out to you so far, numbers-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Sarge and Johnson are on the block. Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. And it's Crowder in at the small forward. Johnson's shot is off. Well, Orlando shooting reasonably well, 45%. Isaac down low. Defended by Paul. Harris against Johnson. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul against Phoenix.
And the Magic right now, missing that franchise player, might have one of their young talents develop into that, but currently they lack that star.
And as we know, Greg, the NBA is a star-driven league.
Hard to contend without a top 10 player on the roster. The Magic have been patient in their approach, and one player taking a leap this season would be huge.
On the wing, Booker, defended by Carter. Booker with no one around. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
Gotta be impressed with Booker's basketball IQ. Superb at scoring off of pick and rolls.
Crowder against Wagner. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession. Let's take a moment to see the squads that have been the most dominant on the glass this season. The Suns, number 1.
They are tenacious when it comes to attacking the backboard. Physical, smart, and determined. No surprise to see them at the top of the ranking.
Kicks it out to Johnson. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Wagner. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Dallas. Now, here's Hampton, defended by Paul. For 3, Harris, unable to get that one. And Phoenix the other way now. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for him. It's Crowder on the wing. Johnson from outside. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. That's on Jonathan Isaac. Fultz, he's checked in for Hampton. And for the Suns, DeAndre Ayton comes in for Saric. And Mikal Bridges subbed in for Jay Crowder. And while it's still very early in the season, the top teams, Greg, have already started to distinguish themselves across the NBA.
Getting off to a hot start, always a good sign. But don't sleep on the teams that are still getting locked in. A lot can change in the coming months.
Crafty play by Booker inside, navigating to a point-blank look at the basket.
And so it's Fultz who brings up the ball for the Orlando Magic. They trail by 3. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Orlando has a very young roster. Coach Jamal Mosley says, one thing I've said to them is dominate the simple. The more we can keep it simple, the better we'll be. Not overthinking things, just playing off instincts and reaction. Devin, back to you.
The place to start. Makes a lot of sense. David, thanks. Harris outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Carter inside the 3-point line, and that one goes long.
You know, not sure if he's playing to the crowd, but no need for the fadeaway on that shot.
Booker finds 8. Goes back up, and he sinks the layup. Ayton's got the lead up to 5 now for the Suns.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
They need this, and that one's good. Wagner. Wagner's got his 2nd bucket tonight. Suns have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the 2nd quarter. Booker the pass to Ayton. Booker against Harris. Ayton sets the pick for Booker. Over Harris, and the jumper falls for him. Booker's got 6 points in the quarter.
And we've kind of come to expect this performance from Booker every night. His scoring is just that consistent.
Fultz kicks to Wagner. Harris a screen on Bridges. They double him with Booker. Wagner passes to Harris. To the inside. Orlando needs to get off a shot. Fultz, no good. Suns leading by 5. Booker with it. Now guarded by Fultz. Booker the pass to Ayton. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. Bowl, he's checked in for the Magic. Anthony comes in for Wagner.
Give a big round of applause. It's your 407 Dan Steve.
Here's Anthony. That one, no good. Good D by Booker. Paul surveying the floor. Johnson sends the screen for Paul. Johnson outside. Ayton, and Ayton stays with it. And now it's a 9-point Phoenix lead.
And they continue to control the glass.
Outside Anthony to the left side wing. And here's Fultz. He has 5. Clock at 6. For 3, Harris. It's hauled in by the Suns.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
Johnson with a screen on him. Booker finds Johnson. And a great assist by Booker as that one goes in.
Nice pass. Such a unique talent on both ends. That time, Booker showing us his vision.
Here's Anthony. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And to see your son Greg find success in the NBA, I can only imagine that's going to be so special for you.
It is. I'm a proud papa because something that so few get to experience. So I couldn't be more proud of him and happy as well.
Jalen Suggs is checked in for Gary Harris. And a change for the Suns. Lee's checked in for Chris Paul. Bridges outside. From outside the arc. Rebounded by Isaac.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Bull can't hit.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
To the paint, here's Lee, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Cameron Johnson. Richard, you were part of a Cavs team that came back from 3 games to 1 down in the NBA Finals to win the title. Remarkable. Just how hard was that to do?
Well, let me say this. I think it was the greatest championship ever. And I'm not being biased. Those are the facts. They were the defending champion. They had the 2-time MVP. They won 73 wins that year. So for me, that was the most special comeback because we played in the greatest championship of all time.
I'm assuming there was no doubt in your mind at all you would come back, correct?
That's a lie. There was tons of doubt in my mind, but I will say this. When you have a group of guys that stay together when you're down 3-1, it's because you believe in each other and we believed in ourselves.
Hey, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Suns. And the second free throw, good.
And talking about a franchise that has done a complete 180, look no further than the Phoenix Suns. Before 2021, they hadn't even been to the playoffs in 10 years.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And now a quick review at the numbers for Booker. 5th for free throw shooting. And he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And what he's doing right now, carving up defensive schemes at will, second best scorer in the league. It's just a marvelous thing to watch and appreciate. Anthony against Booker. Second chance shot. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. In just 4 seasons, Phoenix, Greg, went from last in the conference to the best record in the entire NBA. It's been an unbelievable story.
And there's a lot of talent on this team, not to mention a great coach in Monty Williams. The future is bright for this franchise.
The Magic trail by 15. Fultz with the ball. He's got 5. Pass to Bull. He kicks it to Anthony. The shot missing. So Phoenix will take it the other way.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Over to the left wing. Payne gets a wide open look. Knocks down the three ball. Payne's got his third basket of the night.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
And what can you say about Suggs? A natural-born leader, very unselfish and great vision.
Bridges kicks to Ayton. Booker, right side. All sorts of time, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Look, they are in front right now because of him. He keeps draining these shots at a ridiculous clip.
Outside Anthony, launches a three. That one doesn't drop.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from three.
Ayton a screen on Anthony. Here's Booker driving inside. Ayton, and Bull pulls it down. The Magic trail by 18. Anthony in the corner. And it's Anthony again missing.
You know, some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence. There wasn't a lot of resistance there at the rim. He just tricked off a little bunny.
There's the pass to Fultz. Here's Isaac. Misses the three. Suns leading by 18. Pass to Booker. Craig with a screen on Anthony. Here's Booker. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Fultz with the ball. Working on Payne. It will not find the hoop. It's his third miss. He has made 2.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Here's Booker. The feed now to Ayton. And he gets the bucket. Ayton's got 8 here in the quarter.
Just terrific at executing in the paint. Ayton has a nice array of shots to choose from.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And part of the reason they're down is that they haven't been as strong in the paint here in the second.
Orlando making some changes. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Jonathan Isaac. And it's Hampton for Markelle Fultz. Sharch has checked in for Phoenix. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for the Phoenix Suns. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Right back after this break.
Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. A clinic execution so far, as it's been a dominant showing for the Phoenix Suns.
You look at the rebounding numbers, and it tells the tale. I'm telling you, great effort on the glass has helped them build a big lead.
I said they look like grown men playing against third graders. They should have no problems closing this one out.
Okay, time to discuss the first half of this one. Specifically, which guys are leading the charge for their teams?
They've been assertive at the offensive end, willing and able to shoulder the scoring for their teams.
Yeah, they put on a show for us, Shaq. You know, it's something we kind of expected, but 2 great competitors are really going at it.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
Phoenix calls timeout.
Give a big round of applause. It's your 407 and Steve.
Got a moment here. Let's now see who the league's top scorers are. Devin Booker is second.
And his contribution to his team offensively cannot be understated. He is always leading the way for them with his ability to put up points.
Harris is the shooting guard. Wagner is the small forward. Carter out there at Bowl. And it's Fultz in at the point. That's who's out there for Orlando. The Magic trail by 19. Bowl the pass to Fultz. Now here is Carter. Pass to Wagner. Shot clock at 5. Here's Harris. Rebound by the Suns. Johnson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now Paul. No points in the game yet for him. Shoots the 3. And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist by Booker. Booker's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Harris setting the pick for Fultz. Harris outside. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Booker the pass to Ayton. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Continuing to get better at facilitating Booker with a dime.
Harris dishes to Fultz. Out to Harris. Puts up a 3. The Magic again can't hit.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Booker the pass to Paul. Over Fultz. Paul can't get it to go.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
You know, Richard, we don't talk about it much, but Chris Paul's free throw shooting has always been rock solid.
Yeah, we're not going to see teams use a hack-a-Paul strategy, that's for sure. He's been 90% or over multiple times in his career.
Here's Booker. 18 points for him. Over in the corner, Paul. Wing shot on the way. It's rebounded by Fultz.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Booker finds Bridges. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 6 assists in the game.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Carter with a screen on Paul. Fultz the pass to Carter. And then Carter with the jam.
Now in pick and roll, Carter does a great job of positioning himself for catch and finish opportunities.
On the wing, Booker, guarded by Harris. And it's sent back by Carter. Here's Bowl. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And you see defenses trying to be physical with Bowl. That time, contact on the shot had no effect.
And the Suns making a change here. Lee's checked in. Ayton in the high post. Kicks it out to Booker. Johnson sets the screen for Booker.
And we talk about the playmaking ability of CP3. 3rd all-time in career assists, 2nd all-time in career assist percentage, and he looks far from done.
And Greg, what separates Paul from the other 2 guys that have more career assists is that Paul also averaged 18 points a game.
And he scores with efficiency. Really a one-of-a-kind talent. when he finally does decide to hang him up, I think he'd make a great head coach as well.
And the Magic making a change here. Isaac's checked in.
I just love the moves of Fultz. No wasted motion, dribbles with purpose, easily getting to where he wants with the ball.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And even down big, the effort and energy is still there to try and make a comeback.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Bowl, he's checked in for Isaac. Suggs comes in for Franz Wagner. Hampton's checked in for Gary Harris. And Anthony subbed in for Markelle Fultz. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. And here's Payne, 11 points in the game. Passes it to Booker. To the wing right side. And again, it's the Suns missing.
And imagine how good they'll look if he can start to chip in a bit more offensively.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. It is hard to forget the crazy draft night for Bridges in 2018. Drafted 10th by his hometown Sixers, his mom was an employee with the team. But he was traded an hour later to Phoenix. He says, it was tough, but once I came here, I loved it. The group of guys we had, I knew I wanted to be here. And they are sure glad they got him, Kevin.
They are indeed, no doubt. D.A., thank you. The Suns shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Inside, Crowder finds Booker. 41 seconds left to play in the third. Payne with it. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Can't hit the free throw line jump. Suggs in the corner. It's good from long range. Suggs has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And if he's knocking down threes with consistency, Suggs almost impossible to check.
Booker outside. With the drive and the dunk by Booker.
When you come out to an NBA game, that's what you want to see. Devin Booker putting on a show.
No good on that one. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Suns ahead, delivering the blowout. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
I feel like we've seen more slick passing big man in the league today than we've ever seen.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So with Paul on the bench, here's the group that Monty Williams has on the floor. We've got Bismack Biyombo. Landry Shamet is out there with Devin Booker. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's Landale in at the 5 down low. Suggs kicks to Ross. Hits the three-point bomb. Ross has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Magic. Out to the wing, back to Booker. Outside Crowder. Back to Booker. Over Suggs. And the shot is long. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Chalk up 2 there.
That was a disgusting first half he turned in, but it's been night and day for him after the break.
Booker with it. Picked up by Suggs. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And in the last decade, defenses switching on screens has increased dramatically. Is this the new normal, you think?
Kevin, I think so. I think teams that switch well tend to defend well, because switching can create mismatches, but it's harder to punish those now with all the help defense.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. All against Fultz. And Wagner has it in the corner. Now here's Craig. On the wing, Booker. Craig with a screen on Wagner. Booker, no good. The Magic have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's Fultz. And the layup's good off the glass.
And that's why you don't let them get positioned deep in the post.
And they need better team defense. Help out your man in the post. It takes multiple guys to stop him.
Johnson the screen. Booker the pass to Johnson. All against Fultz. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Wagner kicks to Carter. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
And it's getting late, guys, but all of a sudden they have hope. When just a little while ago, it looked like hope was lost.
Ayton a screen on Harris. Booker with it. And it's Carter picking him up. And Ayton throws it down.
And the impressive reach of Ayton. Lob it up his way, and he'll take care of the rest.
All against Fultz. And there's the pass to Wagner. Over Craig. And it's off the back rim. No good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Johnson sets the screen for Booker. No good from outside. Orlando's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Fultz the pass to Carter. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Phoenix leading by 22. Here's Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
And with his skill, you kind of forget that Booker is 6'5" and can get to the rim with ease.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. We know, Greg, the league trending towards small ball, but some teams are having success playing two bigs up front.
And I think the key is having versatile big men. If they can space the floor and play in space, also be able to cover smaller players, why not get the added rebounding and rim protection?
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Wagner outside. Over Craig.
I'll tell you what, Ayton is a very good defender. Moves his feet well and has the length to alter shots.
Stayed with it, and his effort is rewarded with the second chance bucket.
And Booker kicks to Paul. Pass to Ayton. Booker dishes to Paul. Ayton a screen on Fultz. 5 on the clock. And the basket by Johnson.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Carter sets the pick for Wagner. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on 8.
And something about Franz Wagner, a model of consistency as soon as he came into the league. You know what you'll get from him.
For the Magic, R.J. Hampton comes in for Carter. And Anthony subbed in for Jonathan Isaac. And then for Phoenix, Saric has checked in for Cameron Johnson. Bridges comes in for Torrey Craig. And it's Booker in for Lee. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. And with Wagner, he'll be a bigger part of this team as he grows.
Kevin, and he'll be able to contribute without being a focal point. It has a game that can blend with any other group on the floor. As his confidence grows, he'll continue to make a larger impact.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for R.J. Hampton. Cole comes in for Harris. And it's Suggs in for Anthony. Fades and shoots. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Fultz has got 11 points here in just the second half. Booker outside. Well, Greg, analysts evaluate player performances on the floor, and sometimes we've seen the players fire back. They're not happy with the criticism.
You know, it's a risk you take, but if you treat everyone with kid gloves, you're really not doing your job. The audience expects a level of honesty, and quite frankly, players don't mind you criticizing their game. It's when those critiques become personal. And that's why you don't let them get positioned deep in the post.
And they need better team defense. Help out your man in the post. It takes multiple guys to stop him.
Lee, left side. Back to Booker. Sharch with the screen for Booker. Three-pointer. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got 11 rebounds in the game. Fultz the pass to Bowl. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got 4 assists now tonight.
I really like the awareness from Fultz. It has an ability to know when one of his guys is wide open.
Near the three-point line, it's Booker. From the top of the key, he buries it. Booker's got 8 here in the quarter.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Carter with a screen on Lee. Here's Suggs. Bridges with the steal. Lee outside. Booker outside. Sharch with the screen for Booker. Not going to go that time. And Orlando the other way now.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Suns.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Devin Booker.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker.
The Magic making a switch here. Harris is checked in. And for the Suns, Ayton, he's checked in for Sharch. And Paul subbed in for Lee. Fultz against Ayton. Wagner wide open. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
And at 7-2, Bol has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now Booker, Crowder a screen on Harris. And here's Booker from the arc. Connects from 3-point range. Booker's got 34.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Oh, road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
Fans, thanks for making it to tonight's event and cheering on your team. Please exit the building carefully and have a safe journey home.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I mean, I don't know. You know, it was just...
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.